Good morning, guys. Welcome to Shlog number 82. It is early, not that early, 6 something. Been up for a long time though, getting the Shlog edited from yesterday. I think you guys like it. Had a long night with the 950 adventure. Let me know if you liked yesterday's Shlog in the comments below. Let me know if you want to know more about 950 adventures, 990 adventures, all that stuff. They're all kind of the same. Even the 1290 is relatively the same, and there's a lot of newfangled stuff on them, but you know, whatever. Dog and I are out here in the field. That's my house right over there. Got this big field over here. Eventually there'll be houses on it, but right now it's open. Throwing the ball, having a cup of coffee, letting the Shlog render on my computer so I can actually upload it. But yeah, it's a lovely morning. It's getting to be my favorite time of year. It's in the 50s in the morning, in the 80s during the day, which actually I kind of like. And yeah, it's awesome. So today's going to be another good day. Going to finish up that 950, going to do the forks on it. So stay tuned. We're going to film that today. It'll be good. So what are you guys doing to exercise? You guys that are trying to lose some weight with me, let me know. Comment below what you guys are doing. Like I said before, in yesterday's Shlog, I really like to ride my bicycle because I get my heart rate way up, and I can hammer down on that and it doesn't hurt. But Thursday mornings are tough because it's I gotta edit the Shlog in the morning, and then it's our live show, Gospel Two Wheels. It happens at 7:30, so I really don't have time to get out. Poppers, nice. Leia, sit. Sit. Good girl, stay. You want to Dibbert? Dibbert, Leia, Dibbert. She loves this game, as you can see. Good girl, good girl. That's a good girl. Thursday mornings can be kind of tough, and if I wake up late, it's anyway. So I don't always get a good bicycle ride in. It's another beautiful day in Western Colorado, guys. It's just an awesome time of year. So let's get on with the daily Shlog. Alright guys, so we are back with the 950 adventure. It's running great, sounding great. Got a new battery in it. The old battery, that lithium one, did not charge up. So put a new battery in it, starts up, runs great. I'll let you guys hear that in a second. But now I'm doing forks. We changed the oil. So yesterday, if you watched, we did a valve adjustment, which they didn't need to be adjusted. We just checked, put new spark plugs in it. Let's see what else. Oh, actually fixed a few things on the carburetors because I didn't know, but they were gummed up a little bit. Anyway, got that taken care of. Got everything running really good. Adjusted the fuel screws, get the idle dialed in. Now it's time for forks, and I already did one side. Now we're going to do the other side. These are, there we go. These are actually open chamber, old school KTM forks, but they're even more old school than what you're probably thinking. This is an 04, 05, I forget. Anyway, or maybe it's newer than that. Anyway, they're interesting, so I'll show you. They got a kind of a different set of bushings on them that helps them be a little more rigid so they can't like rock back and forth. Let's get this thing taken apart and I'll show you what's up. So like I said, normal old school open chamber top. This kind of tool, I'll put this link in the description if you need one of these for the fork cap. A super fancy ripping brushless impact. Now, the guy that owns this thing, first of all, these are heavy bikes anyway, but the guy that owns this is a big dude and he likes to ride it hard, so these springs are brutally stiff. So I'll be over here trying to get this 22 millimeter on, but it's quite a thing. So, quick tech tip, if you're ever doing forks like these, when you're taking the cap off this rod, you cannot use the normal 4-pin like this. because this has an adjustable preload on it, and if you just use this thing, it just spins this cap and changes the preload. So you got to put a 24 millimeter on here to break this thing loose. And I don't use an impact on that because I just kind of want to be careful with it. Getting the fork cap off the normal tube is no big deal. Base valve. I'm gonna clean that up really good. By the way, these are the adjustable ones we put in the bottom of the Explorer forks, or basically like this, and they make a huge difference in those. Now this is where they start to look a little different from all the other ones I've taken videos of. It doesn't really change the way you work on them, but they're just weird. So normal fork just has this bushing and this bushing. These forks, and the small KTMs came with it too, they have this big long spacer and another bushing, and it's to keep the whole thing more rigid so it doesn't want to rock inside the fork. KTM realized they didn't really need to do that anymore, and they quit doing it. I don't think even the big bikes have that anymore, but it was a thing they did for a while. Rest of this job is exactly like any other fork. Gonna take some Scotch-Brite, put a crosshatch in this thing. Use this one actually, even though it's got fork oil in it. That's just fine because actually it'll help lube it up so it doesn't scratch it too much. But again, this is a tech tip. It helps not only find any kind of dings or anything if you have them, but also it puts a crosshatch in the chrome to help hold a thin film of oil as these things slide up and down as you move, and it helps make seals last longer and the forks move a lot better. So now I'm going to take them over to the parts washer, clean them up, bring them back over. Alright, so we're putting them back together. Everything's the same. I'll put a card right up here for how we do open chamber forks if you want to look at how we actually do fork seals. You know, use the driver and all that stuff anyway. But the cool thing about these 950s, 990s, and whatever is that, like I said, the forks are actually just the same as all of the other open chamber forks, which is nice because that means they're easy to work on and they work good. They're easy to valve if you want to, so I like them a lot. Speaking of valving, this guy, like I mentioned before, likes to ride this thing hard and it's just bottoming too much. And we're not going to change shims, but we are putting 10 weight fork oil in it instead of 5 weight. And 5 weight's what comes in them. It's what they recommend. But Mr. Motts wants a little more stiffness. So when you're filling these style forks, you don't want oil going in here. It's not the end of the world if you get a little in there, but that's not, you don't want it in there. So I lift that up to help fill it. So these cartridge style forks definitely need to be bled to get the right oil height. And you can sit here and pull up and down and all that stuff. Or let me show you guys a little tip to force the oil into the cartridge. You lift up on the outer tube, put our hand on top of here, and then push down. And that pushes the air. Ooh, you hear it? That air helps push the fluid into the cartridge. So then we check our bleed by lifting up on this. Make sure it's nice and smooth. Because this customer wants this thing stiff, I'm actually going to set the oil height at 100 millimeters, not 110. I've already set my height at 100 millimeters there with my mighty vac. There we go. Now I'm going to show you guys another little trick, especially with stiff springs. This is going to be hard to push this spring down and get this thing started. So what you do is you take your wrench, you come in here, and you don't have to be crazy. Kind of push it in, and then you take your spring and you spin it. And what that's going to do is, see, it's pulling the spring down, raising that up, get this started. Go a little more, give us a little more room. All right, guys, we got the 950 all back together. I gotta finish bolting up the front wheel, the pinch bolts. Anyway, it's close. Forks are done, everything's done. Gotta take it for a test ride, but most importantly, now we're going to ride dirt bikes because it's Thursday night, and that's what we do on Thursday nights. And we're going to the same area we went last time. It's gonna be awesome. We'll be filming the whole thing. Hopefully there's lots of snow and mud, and hopefully Zach Sheets doesn't get too angry. And yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Join us. We're gonna head up to the Uncompahgre Plateau. All right, guys, so we're headed up Davewood Road. Like I said, we're going to the same place we rode last time, and let me just explain where that is. So Davewood Road is to the west of Montrose, and it runs north and south. I'm on it right now. It climbs from Montrose, or from the kind of level of Montrose or Spring Creek Mesa, and climbs up eventually onto the Uncompahgre Plateau. Where we're getting on our bikes is still down in the desert. We drop down into a valley, and then we climb that valley, as you saw in the last video, up to the National Forest, and then into the forest and up onto the Uncompahgre Plateau, where right now there's still snow and mud and roots and whatever. So it's a super cool zone because it starts in the Red Rock scrub juniper desert and then climbs into the aspens. And there's not a ton of trails like that around here. And it's one of my favorites. It's really fun, single track. It's just hard enough to be interesting, but it's easy enough to get a good flow and have a lot of fun. So yeah, we're heading up there right now. It's gonna be a lot of fun. All right, guys, here we go. We got Zach Sheets, Cricket, Andrew, CJ, Richard, and Will. They're gonna come catch us. We're gonna head out. Chasing! Oh, it's gonna be so good. This is the Lower Spring Creek Trail. And this is Cricket's first time on these switchbacks, so we're gonna take it nice and easy. Help her down if she needs it. We're good to go. There we go. So Cricket, if you turn your wheel and back it up, there you go, if you can. Come on, baby. There you go, now cut it hard. Here, hang on. Okay, I got you. I'm gonna back the back end up a little bit. There we go. All right, nice and easy. I got a hold of the bike too. There we go. All right, now go ahead and hop on until the next one. It's just right there. We might as well ride it down to that. Here we go, no worries. Last one.
Think I can get on after this one?
Oh yeah, this is it. Here, hang on. There we go.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think I could do that for sure.
It just takes a lot of practice, like, and confidence in the brakes and everything. It's a lot of seat time, like lots and lots. Very, very many hours. So all you Shlog fans, you're just gonna get the highlights of this ride, but stay tuned because I'll make a separate Thursday night ride video that has the whole thing in detail and all the stuff we do. It's gonna be awesome. like up here, it's not hard. It's just lots of rocks.
Bouncy.
Just think smooth,
Okay.
even throttle, and don't let the fire go out. So don't try not to stall it. Just go easy, 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 and just keep rolling. It'll just roll right on through it.
Does it seem like I'm backing off as like I'm on the rocks?
Yeah, you get on the rocks and you get, you know, a little bit worried, and you back off. And with the 4-stroke, it wants to stall.
Yeah.
When you get the RPMs too low. It's just the nature of it. So you just got to stay on the gas and just be confident that this thing's going to go. And that's like the hardest lesson to learn, is that if you hit that thing with speed, you'll go right over it.
Yeah.
It looks like you're going to stop you. It looks like it's going to just make you stop. But if you hit that with any speed at all, this bike will just bloop,
go right over it.
Right over it. It had the makings of being hot, but I think the wind kind of kept the temp down.
Nice, you can open up each bay on each side of the shop and wind just blows through there. It's nice.
Yeah. Nice work. Yeah. So now this trail is called just Spring Creek. We kind of call it Upper Spring Creek, but really it's just called Spring Creek on the map. It's an ATV trail. It's not for trucks or anything, but you gotta be really careful because you can go super fast, and so can everybody going the other direction. See right up there, that's the first stand of aspens. We're gonna go up here a little bit, we're gonna make a turn, and it's gonna completely change. The forest, everything's gonna change from this deserty looking stuff into actual mountain looking stuff. That's why I love this trail. Alright, here it goes. It's getting ready to change. This is a steep one, so this might be interesting for Cricket, but I think she'll get it. That he did just do exactly that. There's like this trough, and it's like that slow moving rudder right there is shallower. Okay. So you got to get through this little running part shallower, and then make that turn, and it's super mellow. Okay. So just nice. And again, all about smooth. Don't stall it. Okay. Because I mean, no big deal if you do, but you're gonna get wet. Your feet at least. So just go nice and smooth right across it. You'll be good. Okay. So stay here and then left. Yep. In here and left, and just. Like, don't overthink it though. Just smooth. Okay.
Should I be standing?
I like to stand always, because then it gives me a chance. Like, first of all, let the bike do its own thing, and then also you can always sit down and put your foot out if you need to. Just nice and smooth, 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 smooth. That was awesome. this was way the end of the line last week. Way the end of the line. Like, this was soup. Star-Cross 5 medium's working pretty good in that snotty stuff. I like it a lot so far. We're almost, probably 200 miles in on them now. That route wasn't bad at all. Yeah. Oh, Zach Sheets! Oh, come on, Zach Sheets! Oh, he's out of control! She's gonna turn around! Alright, so we've got to go catch cricket because we're not going to let anybody go back by themselves. Those guys are going to go see how far they can make it. This could actually be pretty interesting. This entrance. Whew. There we go. Alright, here we go. We can't catch these boys. It's gonna be tough in the dust. Like really tough. And they're fast, so. That about got ugly. You alright?
Yeah, I hit my brake caliper.
You alright?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you alright?
Yeah. I made the